Got a special guest in right off the bat. No ordinary guest either. WWE superstar, The Big Show. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you very much for having me.
Good to have you here. And we got The Big Show on for a very special reason. Sunday, April 8th.
April 8th.
WrestleMania 34 in the Crescent City, New Orleans. Second time in, I think, the last 4 years at WrestleMania.
Yeah, we had WrestleMania 30 here, which is one of the most memorable WrestleManias of all time. In my book, WrestleMania 3, you think of Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant. WrestleMania 30, The Undertaker's streak was broken. So they're going to go out of their way to top it at WrestleMania 34 to create another magic moment for New Orleans.
And, you know, New Orleans, it's been hosting numerous Super Bowls before. This is a second WrestleMania. You know, I know you guys don't get a big opportunity as much as people think to go out and see, you know, the surroundings. But New Orleans really is a perfect place to have this kind of major event in it.
Well, it works out really well for us because especially our WrestleMania week, we're not here just for one day. We're here for a week with access, and we give our fans a chance to see a lot of our memorabilia that's set up at the convention center. And they can see a lot of the memorabilia and the history, and a lot of new fans can experience some of the craziness that's happened in our business. You can meet a lot of WWE superstars, past and present, that do autograph signings there. For our older fans that have been fans for a long time, they can relive a lot of magic moments there at Access. But one of the positive things about WrestleMania is the way we get involved with the communities while we're here for a week. We do our Beer Stars, we do Special Olympics. We get involved in the communities. We're out in the schools. So WrestleMania week is good for us because it's the one time a year that we actually get involved and see the community. And when you're going to be stuck in a place for a week, number one, you're doing good things for a good city. Mm-hmm. We all know, you know, the trials and tribulations that New Orleans has been through, Louisiana's been through. So for us to be able to come in, help spike the infrastructure a little bit by bringing in some tourism cash and stuff, which, you know, I'm from down south, too. We all like a little money. We like it when they drop money and leave, but we like them to come visit and drop some money. So hopefully, you know, the influx, we're going to have people from over 60 countries, all 50 states, come to Louisiana to experience the culture, the music, the food. If you're going to be stuck someplace for a week, you can't really do better than New Orleans because everybody here is friendly. The food's amazing. There's something to do every day. It's not like you're like, oh, what are we going to do today? There's 1,001 things to do in New Orleans. So for me and for the rest of the guys, you know, this is one of those kind of cities that when you know that WrestleMania is going to be in New Orleans, the only thing you want to make sure is you don't stay out too late Saturday night before that Sunday show. That's the only thing you got to make sure of.
When you retire from wrestling, you need to become our lieutenant governor here.
No, lieutenant governor? Yeah. I got a feeling they're going to try to make me do that in Florida where I live in Miami. So we'll see. I think with the current state of politics and the amount of people that really don't know what they're doing involved, I think the best thing I can do for my state and my country is to stay out of politics.
I understand. This is the Super Bowl of sports entertainment, though. Yeah. I mean, it really is.
It's our World Series. It's your Kentucky Derby. It's what we work for all year long. And you go into WrestleMania now, it starts picking up in November with Survivor Series. Guys are starting to really get hungry now. The veterans know what to expect. They're getting sharper. They're getting on their game a lot more than I would say they normally are because that WrestleMania is coming around the corner. Royal Rumble's coming around the corner. So you want to start putting your strategies together and making sure you have that position. The competition is stiffer than it's ever been in our industry. I think as many years as I've been in the business, we may not have the stars that we had in the Attitude Era, but I think we have a lot of future stars now. But we definitely have the biggest collection of tremendous athletes I think I've ever seen in this business. I mean, you look at Braun Strowman, AJ Styles, New Day. You go into the Usos, Sheamus, Cesaro, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose. I mean, there's so many unique athletes and distinct personalities. And then you look at our women's division with Charlotte and Becky Lynch and Bayley, who have really taken that division.
You got to mention Bayley because my daughter's a big Bayley fan. So you got to mention Bayley.
Yeah, you got to mention Bayley. Like me personally, like I'm a huge Becky Lynch fan. Charlotte, I've known since she was a little girl, so she's always going to have a special place in my heart and see what she's done through, being a child of the Nature Boy, the great one, Ric Flair, and then for her to step into it on her own and really take that division by storm and own it like she has. It's just amazing to see her grow into the sports athlete that she's become. Becky Lynch is one of my favorites for her tenacity and her personality. She's always got a positive attitude. She's always got a quick smile. And you're going to really have to get up early to outwork that girl. And Bayley, we all love Bayley. Bayley's just your hardcore fan that grew up loving it, that is that's out there every day giving 100% for her fans, and you can see it on her face when she's out there digging. She might be hurting and in pain, but she's still giving 100%. So those girls are setting the tone so that a lot of those, and there's other women in Division II that are setting their tone. I mean, you look at Nia Jax, the impact that she's making, Sasha Banks. So, I mean, there's a lot of positions, spots, if you will, like Dusty Rhodes would say, if you will, Daddy, that aren't readily as available because the women's division is taking their mark and earning those main event spots. Natalia, all the women's division is so strong now that, you know, everybody is super competitive. And me as a performer, I like that competitiveness because when the Attitude Era was strong, it was a Shark Tank. I mean, you got to figure you were fighting Undertaker, Mick Foley, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H, the APA, the New Age Outlaws, you know, myself, Mark Henry, Viscera, you know, the Booker T, Kurt Angle. I mean, there was so much stardom there fighting for positions that it makes the business better, and competition does make you better. So,
you remember your first WrestleMania?
My first WrestleMania was Mick Foley in a Boiler Room Brawl match. Yeah, that was
I remember the four-way for the title. That was the next year, right?
Yeah, that was 2000 was a four-way.
Okay.
WrestleMania 2000 was a four-way. Like, that was stupid on my part to fight Mick Foley on his home turf. Like, Boiler Room, sure, no problem. Like, I might have should have done my homework a little bit. Like, you know, you can beat Mick Foley half to death, and he still just gets up and grins at you with no tooth and missing an ear. Like, he is literally the toughest individual I've ever seen. Like, literally, the guy's a superhero.
Two things I got to ask you about.
Hell of a Santa Claus, too, by the way. Hell of a Santa Claus.
Two things I got to ask you about before you go. Number one is your diet. Number two, your acting career. But I gotta remind people, coming up, I got to wait for you to get WrestleMania tickets early. They go on sale Friday at all Ticketmaster locations. But here's the deal. There's a free WrestleMania on sale party going on Thursday. It's going to be, again, at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. Going to be tomorrow at 5:30. The on-site party is going to feature WWE superstars, also live in-ring matches, and an opportunity for fans to purchase WrestleMania tickets. That just sounds like a fun time.
Yeah, and it's a free admittance, and also they're going to be on the field there at that Superdome. So even if you're a Who Dat fan, you're going to be on that field. It might be worth coming out and checking out as well. Because we get you in the door, we're going to make you a fan.
Understand.
You asked about the diet.
Yes.
How'd I lose 90 pounds?
Yes.
Just changed the way I ate. That was it.
Just a strict diet.
Just a sensible diet of eating healthy, eating meals more often, portion control. I think I'm learning a lot more about nutrition and myself as I'm going through this journey. A lot of people follow my journey on Instagram, at WWE The Big Show on Instagram. But when this thing goes a little further, maybe I'll write a book or something, maybe try to help other people out with it. But I've learned that 90% of losing weight is what you eat, you know, and there's so many little things. If you took a notebook and literally wrote down everything that you ate in a day, you would surprise yourself how little you ate and how much unhealthy, unnutritious food that you've eaten in that little amount of time. Because we're all busy. We all have things to do, so we make quick choices. Oh, a drive-through here, something fast here, something microwavable there, and we're not giving ourselves the nutrients that we need in the proper nutrition. And if you can get that nutrition in line, you can make a lot of drastic changes in your life. Like, I lost 90 pounds without doing cardio.
That's no cardio.
No cardio. I couldn't because I just had hip surgery 5 weeks ago because I do a hip resurfacing, but I couldn't, with my hip, I couldn't do elliptical, I couldn't ride a bike, I couldn't do anything for cardio, but I was able through diet alone to lose 90 pounds. Sure, I went to the gym and worked out, but I didn't do cardio. Like, a lot of people make the mistake of doing cardio. They'll do 90 minutes of cardio, and then they'll go turn around and eat bad, and everything stays the same. Losing weight's all in what you put in your face.
Acting career. Is there a favorite movie, a favorite series that you've been on? Because I saw you on Burn Notice. I liked it.
Yeah, I mean, I've been fortunate to do a lot of little things here and there. I'm still talking a lot of projects. Actually, I have a lot of projects. I've got about 9 projects on my desk right now for me to look at, between movies, a couple of TV series, a couple of some hosting some stuff. So we're looking at all that. I think right now my current favorite series to watch on TV is Forged in Fire on the History Channel. I love the Bladesmith show. I love the idea of blacksmithing and making knives. I keep trying to talk my wife into let me put a forge in the garage. And so far, she says I'm going to burn the house down. She's probably right. But,
Yeah.
you know, I've turned into an armchair blacksmith expert now because I'll sit there and, well, that fire's not hot enough. I can tell. He doesn't have that metal. Meanwhile, I've never hit a piece of metal in my life with a hammer. But I'm an expert from watching on TV now. Let me tell you what. I can tell he quenched too soon. He should have got that metal hot. He quenched way too soon. So.
You could also be a media personality, but you probably want to get paid a little bit. So.
A little bit, yeah. I understand you guys do this pretty much pro bono. So,
yeah, no, exactly. WWE superstar, the Big Show. It was a pleasure having. Oh, I know what I got to ask you before you go, though, because I've been asking all of my callers, everybody around here, Thanksgiving right around the corner. Favorite side dishes? Maybe a bad question to ask since we're talking about diets and stuff.
No. I mean, Thanksgiving's my favorite holiday of the year. Thanksgiving's the day that you have to give yourself whatever you want. Mine is butternut acorn squash. Of course, your standard green bean casserole. Love mashed potatoes. Love scallop potatoes. Macaroni and cheese with bacon. Macaroni and cheese with lobster.
Macaroni and cheese and everything.
Macaroni and cheese and everything. I mean, I'm a redneck. You know, I make my wife so mad. One year she made the old-fashioned cranberry sauce, like the real stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's not shaped like a can.
Yeah.
She goes, what do you mean? I said, I need it shaped like a can or I'm not eating it. So she goes in the pantry and cuts a can open and plops it, and she is so mad because she's like, I said, hey, I'm a redneck from South Carolina. If it's not shaped like a can, it doesn't go on turkey.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
WWE superstar, the Big Show. Again, WrestleMania 34, Sunday, April 8th at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. Tickets go on sale on Friday. But again, on-sale party right there on the turf of the Mercedes-Benz Superdome taking place or getting started at 5:30 tomorrow. Hope to see everybody there. You going to be there or making a ring around?
I'll be around there.
Okay.
That's for sure, definitely. I've got a couple of busy days going on, so hopefully I'll drop by there and say hi to everyone.
I know it's a busy day for you. And
we got a lot of walking and talking to do. Then I got to head to Baton Rouge and do it all over again.
Oh, well, I appreciate the energy. I appreciate you coming in. I've been a fan of your work, and now I'm a fan of you personally. I appreciate you coming in.
Very much. That's a win-win. I appreciate that.
There we go.